Oi, get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian! Florian! Oh, art thou Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, my mate. Hey, England, Manchester, Etihad, this Stad will be playing Champions League football next year, my friend. Yeah, how about you take a little 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen over to Manchester. We'll get you a nice hotel stay. Little 2-2 medical, £300,000 a week. Couple bonuses thrown in there. 2-2 Ballon d'Or in a couple years. Champions League. Happy days. You want to go Bayern Munich. Little 2032 Bayern Munich driller. Happy days. We get the next up and coming star. Hey, how about it, Florian? Florian. How art thou, Florian? Hey. He rejected us.
And this brings me back to last week's conversations. Speaking of mutants, you three mutants were screaming at this channel, telling everyone, why the fuck would Florian Wirtz want to go to Liverpool?
Hey, mutants.
Just say Wirtz wants to come to the Premier League. Okay, and let's say you both put 100 mil on the table, 200k wages. Who does he choose in a straight shootout?
City.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, mutants.
City have more pull. Arsenal have more pull. Chelsea have more pull.
I don't think we're going to drop that
big
money.
name you're going to get. Like, I've already seen hundreds linked with Man U big names, hundreds with Arsenal, with Man City. Liverpool?
Bro, what the fuck you want me to do, man? Hey.
I'm so ashamed.
They're not getting Florian Wirtz. What they're saying here is that, like, we ain't getting the guy. We don't want the guy. But if he moves to England, we're going to pretend like we're interested. Hey, but he agreed to deal with Bayer Leverkusen. They don't want it to drag on. Soon as City get the green light from Florian Wirtz, the deal will be signed that day. Florian! They're in the chat, yeah. I'm on a fucking stream with 3 mutants who are ready to pounce. Mutants.
Sam, do you agree that they have more pull than you?
I'm so ashamed.
But he doesn't go Liverpool. No way.
He don't go Liverpool. I'll agree he don't go Liverpool.
I
Why?
don't think he goes to Liverpool. I'm
Because
not
Well, let's
don't
be
have
honest,
Liverpool.
yeah. Let's be honest, yeah, as well. If Liverpool was serious, yeah, wouldn't the slot be there? Wouldn't slot like it'd be for partying, getting steam up? Florian, I want to go through these stages of grief, innit?
Get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. How art thou, Florian? I believe you're looking for a new football club, yo, my mate. Manchester, Etihad, Estad. We playing Champions League football next season. How about you take a 2-2 Ryanair jet from Leverkusen to Manchester hotel stay, little 2-2 medical.
300k a week, couple bonuses thrown in there. Ballon d'Or in a couple years, happy days, you wanna go Bayern Munich. Little 2-2 twin worth 3E2 Bayern Uni driller. Happy days, we get a new and upcoming star. How about Florian? Florian.
How art thou, Florian?
Alright, my mate Florian, what's the latest word? City flash with the cash, got the deal secured. The Bruins still pinging it, Haaland bangs goals. But heart at the club, still feeling cold. They flex big wins, but vibes don't last. Trophies lined up, but the soul's in the past. Etihad shiny, fans still late. Feels like a show, not a football state. Oi. Get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian. How art thou, Florian? From Leverkusen to Manchester flight. Big boy wages, that Prem delight. Ballon d'Or, yeah, that's the aim. But deep down, bro, it's just a name. Training pitch like a 5-star resort. But energy dry, no real support. Anfield roars, Etihad's on mute. City got shine, but no real roots. Florian, bro, don't be fooled. They dress it well, but the core ain't cool. You want legacy, not just bags. Don't join a team where love just lags. Get get the checkbook out this summer. Hey, Florian, how art thou, Florian?
What a banger. What a This is a banger, you guys. This is a banger. I still believe till this day the reason why Florian Wirtz did not go to Manchester City is because he was sat there watching YouTube and then he heard LB say, I'm going to get you a Ryanair jet. A Ryanair jet. You're going to get a £100 million signing. A Ryanair jet. That's crazy. That's crazy. If I was Florian, I wouldn't have it. And guess what? He didn't have it. He ended up joining Liverpool Football Club, which is the right thing. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday night. You guys know what it means when it's Friday night. It's Liverpool showtime. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Every single one of you guys right here, right now, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting involved in the chat. Keep letting us know your opinions. This should be a very incredible, interactive show. This should be a very enjoyable one. Big up to all of you guys and happy Florian Friday. Vamos! Joining us first and foremost, the Thunder and the Pacers are currently 3-3. He said it's going to be a sweep for the Thunder. Never ever disrespect Tyrese Halliburton like that. But anyway, joining us, the man that lost all his New York grit as soon as he moved to the west coast of the United States. Man like Mike is in the building. How are you doing, Mike?
First and foremost, the Pacers have not won 3 games. The Thunder have lost 3 games. All right, there's a big distinction. There's a big distinction between those two statements. But big up, Thunder are going to take it home because fuck Tyrese. And yeah, happy Florian Friday.
Yeah, happy Florian Friday. You said we should wait for it. Now we wait. Now we got the official.
Hey, I was just dotting my I's and crossing my T's. They've been crossed and they've been dotted.
Fairs. Let's go. Let's go. Joining me next is the English version of myself. As a matter of fact, we're both wearing same color shirts. His headphone is the same color as my mic. You got me? We didn't plan this, but it just happens to be this way. Jazza is in the building. How are you doing, Jamie?
I'm good, boss. I'm good. Can't complain.
You're such a shit house, honestly. There's no one like you on this platform. You good, Jamie? You good? Everything good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Can't complain.
Florian Friday. Let's fucking go. The man that stands 6'5". You get me? Walking at Anfield. His head almost hit the "This is Anfield" sign. You know, it's mad. But joining us, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with all the transfer information. Man like Kmack is in the building. How do you, Kmack?
I'm great. I'm great. Box office start there. Box office start. Loving it.
Do you see how
Florian
confident
Friday.
Wolfie was? How confident Wolfie, LB, and Ashraf were. Oh yeah, no, he's not joining Liverpool. Oh, he's gonna
I've
go
seen
to
that. I've seen that video before, but I forgot you were in it.
Yeah, I was in it.
We defied yet, obviously.
I mean, listen, it's a
Isn't
lot better than Ryanair.
Isn't Wolfie going to be confidently stepping into the Conference League? Oh,
Yes.
I lagged a little bit there.
Yes, confidently. Wait, aren't they in the Europa League?
They finished 7th. Is 7th Europa League?
Oh, Crystal Palace is in the Europa. Who's the other team in the Europa League then?
Villa.
Why the fuck? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Villa finished 6th, top 5. 7.
Everything is just connected in my head. Yeah, because Palace won the FA Cup as well.
From 3rd to 7th in a matter of like 7 weeks.
Will he be
They were like
talking out of all the big shows now because they're not big?
Yeah, he was like what's it called? They were like 3 points off of Arsenal at some point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's mad. It fell off like crazy. All the links are in the description, and if they're not, they will be added now. Jamie Phillips.
Jamie
Football
Phillips.
Chats.
Yeah. Jamie Phillips.
Yeah,
Football
there you go.
Chats.
Joining us next on the channel, he's making his return, you know, despite the fact that he likes to discuss on the pitch more. This off the pitch stuff is so mad that we had to bring it back. I think he just couldn't make last week's show, but he's here. Very fraudulent human being, but I love working with him. He knows I love working with him as well. Man, like JJ is in the building. How do you, JJ?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Chilling. Just came back from playing football myself, so I'm tired, but yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. Big up the chat, and yeah, let's get into it.
That's +1 to the goal difference for not being muted, by the way.
Oh yeah,
No,
I'm prepared. Listen, when I'm ready, like and I'm prepared, things go smoothly. It's when I'm in a rush and, you know, I'm late and, you know what I mean? But I was called a fraud, so I had to make sure that I wasn't fraud by not being on mute, you know?
Big up to Nicholas who says, Isak and Guehi next. They will look sexy in red. If we got Isak and Guehi, it might be the greatest ever window in football history. Isak and Wirtz in the same window. As well, specifically given the fact how we used to act like before, it's going to be a madness, bro. It's going to be a madness. Lee Robertson is here. He says, TikTok, hashtag Isak, hashtag delusion. Oh, here come the Newcastle fans. Oh, Liverpool fans. How dare us say that the club that is gigantically better than yours could sign Isak. Oh, I'm sure that Isak grew up wanting to be the next Shola Amiobi. I apologize, but I'm so sorry, brother. You know, I'm sure he was dreaming about it growing up in Sweden. Oh, I can't wait to be the next Shola Amiobi or Sammy, his brother. You get me?
You're taking the mic.
Sammy Amiobi is that? Remember Sammy Amiobi?
You know,
Sammy Amiobi actually had more tech than Shola. I would have liked it.
I know, but you was mad. You could have said Shearer. You could have went and said, what's his name? Cole Esprit. You went and said Sammy Amiobi. You're taking it.
It's true. It's the truth, isn't it? Sammy Amiobi.
That legend.
Yeah, that's their legend right there. Big up to Tron, who just puts on the German flag. Big up to you, Tron. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. You get me. Big up Deutschland. You get me? I would never attempt to learn German because it's so fucking difficult. It's like by far like one of the most difficult languages ever heard spoken. You know, I know my language is actually quite difficult, like learning Arabic and stuff, but German is very difficult as well.
I spent 9 years there. I couldn't get the hang of it.
9 years you couldn't speak the language.
I couldn't speak. I could speak.
You're just not a language person then at that point. 9 years.
I banged a German chick. Does that count?
Anyway, big up to Singji says, Habibi, he is cooking. Read Simon Rowe's Twitter. No, I haven't read it. If there's something I have to read, let me know, Sing. I'm always willing to educate myself on something I didn't know. So, yeah, big up to you. I didn't see Frimpong's tweet. Guys, if there's anything like you want me to share like this, like Frimpong tweet, shit like this, please send it to me in the Snapchat, you guys. Did Liverpool say this is just the start? They want to dominate England and Europe on Sky Sports. I missed it. Hopefully that's true. That wasn't Liverpool. That was one of the journalists who apparently is close to Richard. You're saying that this is only the start. This is only.
I mean, what Florian said.
It was, yeah, it was only the start. That's what they said, and hopefully it is true. My Snapchat is Hussam LFC. That's the only social media platform I'm on. Anyone pretending to be me on any other platforms, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, blah, blah, is a liar. I'm only on Snapchat. That's where I interact with most of the people from the community, and we speak to each other a lot. You know, big up everyone in this chat I've spoken to. Red Lion, Toka, literally everyone. So yeah, that's my Snapchat right there. Big up to William, Kyle. First time I see you, my guy, William. Big up to you. Florian, where art thou, Florian? The opposition is shaking, by the way. Big up Joey Gomez. Yes, it's 10 years. It's actually 10 years for Joe Gomez as a Red. You get me? By the way, absolute steal from Charlton. Like 3.5 million we bought him for. So, yeah, it was just an absolutely incredible signing right there. And thank you, William, for the super chat. And listen, big up to all of you guys. You guys know how the Liverpool show gets. This is going to be a very enjoyable one. We're going to have so much fun. And I can't wait because it's Florian Friday. Big up to all of you guys. Do hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe. Also, please, if you're watching us on the replay, Mike Das LFC, the Jerry James Show, Kmack channel, and Liverpool chats, Jamie Phillips football chats are all in the description. Just click on the description and go give them a subscribe. We are also only 4 subscribers away from 53.8k. So let's get there before the end of today's stream. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. And let's just get this party started. So, Mr. Jamie Phillips, I will start with you.
Okay.
Florian Friday, he's a Red. It's happened. Talk to me, brother. How do you feel?
Oh, look, I'm ecstatic. I've been ecstatic for about 4 weeks since I knew we were going to buy him. So, you know, I remember everyone a little bit down because, you know, 2 weeks have passed and we haven't bought him yet. And I think even you, Sam, trying to chill people out a little bit and say, look, it takes time. This isn't a little deal, you know. We're not buying someone from Stockport County. This is a
Yeah.
this is a big transfer. And look, and now we've done it. And obviously, it's 100 million up front, guaranteed, 200 grand a week. It's just tremendous business. It will be a British record eventually because I expect Wirtz to get everything he should get because I expect Liverpool to win many trophies with him there in the next 5 years. So, yeah, this is a big stuff. It's not just a good signing for us and an excellent signing for us. It's a statement signing that clubs, Liverpool have won the Premier League title and Liverpool have decided to act like Premier League champions straight away by going, you know what, we need positions, but we need a statement signing. And Wirtz is that statement signing. It tells the rest of the country that Liverpool are not here to mess around. They go and try and defend their title. They're after European trophies. They're after domestic success, European success. They want to dominate, and that's what a statement signing does for your football club. It also helps the team, the players that have already signed on as well, like Virgil and Mo. They feel justified even more now in their contract extensions. Look at it and thinking, look, got Wirtz in, the players around him. It just makes everything better. And from whatever Liverpool do going forward, I expect there's still going to be more signings. I think Liverpool are going to spend a lot of money this summer. I expect a centre-back and a striker are coming. And already, though, with these 3 transfers we've made and this statement signing, our squad's already better than it was last season. Our squad was good last season. So, we're pulling away, and that's what we want us to do. Arsenal are doing things slowly at the moment. Man City have bought well as well. So, yeah, next season's going to be an extremely exciting season. But Liverpool want to dominate world football, and that's what they're about. That's what they want to do. And statement signings help you do that because it's easier to go and get your next statement signing, like an Isak or someone like that, just to say, because you got that player in the door already. So teams are looking at it and think, wow, that is a serious team. They're going to match what I want to do. I'm after Premier League and Champions Leagues and stuff like that. Liverpool Football Club can give me that because they're buying the caliber of player that want to win that trophy as well. So I want to join that. And I think that's what it means to me anyway, as a Liverpool fan. So, yeah, I'm buzzing for this guy. So I don't know what you guys want to say, but, yeah, it's a tremendous bit of business.
I think everything you said, spot on. We've discussed over the last 3 weeks how we feel like he would potentially fit into the system, whether it's with the players that we have, whether we add a striker. We've gone through everything there. But to me, this may kind of be a little bit out of left field, but I feel like we wanted to have Trent be the face of the franchise. And when that happened and everything went down the way that it went down, I think it sort of lit a fire underneath this club because he announced that he was leaving weeks before the season ended, right? I know that we've talked to Wirtz in the past, but like every club talks to every player. Like you have conversations. A conversation doesn't mean that I'm going to put 100 million pounds on the table up front. A conversation just means I'm dotting my I's, right? That just means I'm getting the lay of the land. When the face of the franchise walks away to another club who's supposedly bigger than you, people say things like Liverpool, XYZ, whatever you want to do. Luis Suarez, Raheem Sterling, the list goes on and on of players who left for bigger clubs. All of a sudden, maybe this ownership finally decided to start to wake up and act like a club that they should have been acting like. Now, you could also say that this is just Michael Edwards and this is the way that he wanted to run the club 4 years ago or 5 years ago after we won the first Premier League title. But I'm a bit of a bitter asshole and I tend to hold a grudge. So I'm going to view it this way, as this lighting a fire underneath us and basically saying, I want to build this team so that we don't get poached. We're the ones who do the poaching. We're the ones who go to other clubs and we take your best players because we're going to win everything. And that's what this signing tells me. Now, whatever the reason behind that is, we don't have to sit here and argue about that. But to me, this is just an indication of we want to be a big club. We want to win things. And when we get to the top of the mountain, we're not going to make the same mistake again. We're not going to sit there from the top and we're not going to be, complacent and sign nobody. If anything, that is the best point to strengthen from, because now I have a giant lure. I can say, look what I just did with the Premier League. maybe next year I can do more than the Premier League. Maybe the year after that we can win another Premier League, and so on and so forth. And so, to me, unbelievable signing. It removes the criticisms that I had from this club for 2-3 years in terms of what our business was during the summers. And at this point, I don't really think that anything is out of the realm of possibility. I know that Isak has 3 years left on his deal, but if you're going to put 120 million down on the table for Florian Wirtz, and you just made 100 million for winning the Premier League, if you balance net spend, that we didn't really spend 100 million there. We just took the money that we used to win and we gave it to him. So yeah, there's no better time to be a Liverpool fan than right now.
Can you share that photo, Don? Can you put that photo up? So all I want to say is, if you doubted that guy in that picture is in Richard Hughes, then you need to take that back and you need to start believing in that guy that we've got, because he has done unbelievable work since he's come to the club under an immense adversity of joining the club when it was in complete disarray, 3 of the biggest players all running out of contracts, and he has come out honestly smelling of roses, and he deserves a huge amount of credit for all of the people that doubted him by saying, oh, we should have got this other person, or we should have got this other person. If you just listen to Florian Wirtz's dad, not Florian Wirtz, Kerkez's dad, who said, if Richard Hughes says go to India, we go to India. This guy knows exactly what he's doing. And just to put you correct, Mike, Rudi Voller come out recently and said that Florian Wirtz already said about 3 months ago that he wanted to move to Liverpool. We've been in this one for ages. We were way ahead of the curve. And we have signed, for me, personally, I think he's the best player ever for Liverpool, as a signing. I know we've created incredible players, but in my lifetime, I think he is the best player. And if you just listen to the guy's interviews and you don't get goosebumps, the guy literally said, I want to win again and again and again and again. Just the guy backs himself. The guy backs the club. The guy backs the people in the club, because he literally said, every single person I spoke to just made me think, I need to go there. I belong there. I'm going to win there. And if you don't believe in all the other stuff, he literally says, I want to score goals. I want to create assists, but I also want to defend.
Yeah. I think it's a massive statement signing. I think we all know that. I think just piggybacking off what Kmack has said, I personally don't feel this has lit a fire under FSG. I think they've taken a gamble, and because they've kept Salah and Virgil van Dijk, they know they have to win now, right? So the way I look at it is, as an example, we sign all these players now. In 2 seasons' time, they're going to go back to the same old FSG. There's no evidence to suggest otherwise. What they've done is just go and not spend for multiple years and decided to just go big in this window. And it's getting everyone excited. And of course, in this window in isolation, it's 100%, it's super positive. But signings don't always guarantee success. And my worry is, let's say Wirtz does really well, but Kerkez isn't as good as we think. And I think he'll be amazing. I'm just putting that out there. I think he's going to be really good. But let's say he isn't. Or let's say Frimpong doesn't really do well. Are FSG going to go and back slot again, like they've done, like Guardiola did, where he could sign a fullback, he's rubbish, all right, we get another one in? Because that's what it's going to require now that you've, opened your hand and you showed, all right, cool, I've let my nuts hang. It can't just be, we have a big summer and then in 2 seasons' time, we're scratching our heads and thinking, why are we not trying to improve again? That's how I'm looking at it now. We've got the player, fantastic. It's a sign of intent. But when Virgil and Salah go, right, are Liverpool going to spend big again to replace that right winger?
Yeah, but are we
they
spending
can
big though, JJ?
Pardon?
Are we technically spending big though?
We are.
Jesus
saying
Christ,
in
man!
2
Are
seasons'
we?
time,
Why
do you trust
aren't we celebrating this? Like, this is the
Have you
biggest
listened- have
signing
you
we've
listened
ever
to what I've
done.
said? Have you listened to what I've said?
You literally, in 2 years' time.
No, I'm saying
2 years'
FSG
time.
Yes, in 2 years' time with Salah, I'm saying we can go and spend big now. We are going to have to
We might
replace
have
Salah.
Guehi then. We might have Guehi then. We
Listen,
might have another
we are
wonder
going to
player
replace
becoming through.
Salah.
Like, you don't know.
Do you trust? Listen to what I'm saying. Do you trust FSG to go and spend big to replace Salah in 2 seasons'
Yeah.
time? After spending big this season?
Yeah, with Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, because they'll
I
make
don't
them.
think so. I don't think so.
We're not going to ever replace Salah, because when that time comes,
Not like for like, of course, not like for like.
No. But here's the thing, because if we view it that way,
Salah's playing until he's 40, mate. So who knows?
Okay, Kmack. Regardless of that, just based on logic here, Salah puts up numbers that are irreplaceable. So based on that, trying to view this logically, 2 years from now, if we get the proper striker in, I don't need to spend that big on a right wing. I need someone who can be creative, because now all of a sudden my system is different, especially if Mo changes up the way that he plays. And he's proven to do that in 2 separate eras. He's played 2 different ways in 2 separate eras and been the best right winger in the Premier League for 8 years, right? So that guy can mold, right? My only pushback here is just, I'm not viewing this Wirtz signing as 120 million pounds, because you get X amount of money to win the Premier League. You have X amount of money already in sales. The Frimpong deal and the Kerkez deal.
No.
That adds up to like what Darwin Nunez cost.
I think people are misquoting what I'm saying. It's an outstanding signing, right? But it's something Liverpool should have done before. It's something Liverpool should have done before on multiple occasions. And yes, we have done it now. Yes, it is outstanding. We are moving with efficiency. For me, the fact that we're even doing the Quansah and Guehi, which we'll touch on, is ridiculous. It's like, this is big boy stuff. You're getting a captain, a seasoned captain that's been in the Premier League, an England international. You're looking to go and bring him in as what? Potential third choice that might go and, when you're talking about improving the squad, that's how you do it. You get someone to go and compete with the people in the first team. It's outstanding. I am just worried, right? And what I don't want Liverpool fans and us to do is do this flip-flop thing where we go and forget how FSG have moved before, right? Get excited because they've spent right now, but in 2 seasons' time, go back to what it was last season or the season before, where where Hussam's having emergency streams about why FSG aren't spending when they should. And I'm not talking about just splashing money. I'm just saying that context has meant that Liverpool have had to go and spend, but they haven't. I don't think it's come from a point of view like just being ambitious, because I think they would have done it more often. Because they had Jurgen Klopp, they had the pull of Jurgen Klopp, they had Virgil, Salah, Bobby, Mane all in their peak, and we went and got these random players, and that's what my worry is. I feel like at times we can get excited by signings, and of course get excited about them. Like Wirtz is going to be outstanding. Like for me, that's the best signing you could sign in this window. I never thought Liverpool would do it. It's outstanding.
Okay, so 2 years time, hypothetically, 2 years time, Mo Salah gets old, and he leaves. Virgil van Dijk gets old and he leaves. What if we've won a Premier League? What if we've won a Champions League? Then the players who we've signed just now, all the stars, are winners. And then what do we sign then? We sign the next batch of players who want to be winners to play with winners. And all our midfield are still what? 20, 26, 25, 26.
But that's the problem.
You've got McAllister,
I think Liverpool are in a position, but Kmack, I think Liverpool in a position where we don't have to go and do that anymore. We've proven it. Liverpool people want to come to play for Liverpool. So it's not, I don't want to be in a situation.
Not only do they want to play for Liverpool, but they want to play with world-class players.
Exactly.
And we have them. And we'll have more.
You're not listening. Of course, but if Liverpool don't go out and want to go and spend the money on players like a £40 million left back, like we've done this season, and they don't want to go and spend 70 million on a winger, as an example, right? To go and improve, like how Kvaratskhelia signed for PSG, as an example, where they had Barcola there already, they had Doué, they had Dembele, they went and got Kvaratskhelia, right? Are Liverpool going to operate in that manner? That's what my concern is.
We don't need to, though,
Jerry. They're doing right now.
But we don't need to, Jerry. Because if you look,
just
2 seconds. If you just look at the whole dynamics of it, we've spent about 100 85 million euros, something like that. Yeah. You don't think we can get 185 million back off sales? You don't think we can get that off selling Nunez?
We already have
Quansah,
100.
potentially
No,
Elliott.
but I get the idea. The
Okay,
money's
so
there-
say we get
listen,
100
the money's
million.
there to spend. No, the money's there to spend. It's an out, bruv. This is amazing. You're not people are not understanding.
But we
The
sell
money's
to
there-
buy.
Yes,
Like, but now
Liverpool-
we're buying and we're
Yes.
selling.
Exactly, but I'm saying
Which you're in.
Liverpool. But I'm saying
You're on
what
mute.
I don't want us to do is to still
Let's
remember.
all take a step back here. I just want to ask Jerry. Everyone, just please let's allow Jerry to land here. Jerry, let's just take a step back from this whole conversation. I just want you to tell me what is your point specifically, so we can have a discussion about it.
Thank you.
What is it that Jerry James thinks right now? Tell me.
Yes, what I'm saying is Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, Guehi, potentially Isak are big boy moves. It is outstanding. It gives me goosebumps on my. I've never seen Liverpool move like this in my life. No one has. No one in the chat has. No one in the chat has. And I can speak to everyone here. They're thinking, "Wow, it's amazing." What I'm saying is I'm still the way people are like, "Yeah, FSG in now." All of a sudden, I'm not gonna go and do that. I'm someone that, again, as Sam says, I focus on the stuff on the pitch. But for me, in my head, I'm still like, "All right, okay, cool. You've done it this season. If, for instance, something don't work, are Liverpool going to go and let their nuts hang again, to put it crudely?" And that's the Liverpool I want to go and see. The way City have operated in the past, the way these big boy teams have operated in the past. I don't want us to be a team where we spend this money and now it's like, it's got to work, because if it doesn't, Liverpool aren't going to spend anymore. Like, we've got no money in the bank, because as you said, Kmack, we do. We can sell players. Players want to come to Liverpool. We're an amazing club. Everyone wants to be here right now. We're the top dogs. Look at the parade that I was at. Do you understand? That's what I'm talking about. I want Liverpool to go and maintain this position that they're in. I don't want it to be like, now you're on the top, you've spent, but all of a sudden, like, anything can happen. Anything can happen, as we're talking about. But I want
Jerry.
confidence in FSG yet. That's my point. Nothing to do with the
Okay,
signing.
let me respond to this. As the person on this panel that have probably called out FSG the most since I've started YouTube, I think I want to cross the bridge when I get there, because there are so many different assumptions here. And I don't even want to sound like a top red or anything. Listen, let's take a step back here. Two months ago, let's say us five are doing the same exact Friday show 2 months ago. I say, guys, we're going to get Wirtz, Kerkez, Frimpong, Guehi, and the striker. All of you that went, Hussam, you are crazy. This is not Football Manager. This is not how Liverpool operate. You're bullshitting, and everyone would have mocked me and laughed at me. As things stand, we are having an all-timer window. Your
100%.
point is, what if Kerkez does not work and Arne Slot needs a left back?
Isn't backed.
Yes,
That's
and now I'm saying, even as someone who's FSG out, even as someone who does not trust this ownership, I will say, based on the way that we operated this transfer window, which I know as a smart man, obviously we're not going to go spend 300 million every fucking summer. It's obvious. This is something that no club does, by the way. Not even City does this. Not even Madrid does. Like, literally no one will go spend this amount of money every summer, right? I think at some point in time, we do have to just go like, okay, based off of what you did this summer, I do trust you I'll give you prime example right now. Let's say, the same example you use, let's say Kerkez didn't work. By this time next summer, if Kerkez didn't work and he had like a bad time at Liverpool or whatever, I expect Liverpool to then sell Tsimikas, as an example, who's the backup left back, and then make Kerkez the backup left back, and then go spend 30 million on another left back, 35 million on another left back. Do I expect it? Yes. At this moment in time, even as someone who is FSG out, I will say I do expect it, because of the Florian signing. And the Florian signing marks a shift that's very important that people aren't talking about. We all know that French football players around the world want to play for Arsenal Football Club. We can mock Arsenal, we can do the haha as much as we want. Why? Because the French players grew up watching Thierry Henry tear asses up in the Premier League as an Arsenal player. That's why Arsenal is probably the most supported French club, like in terms of like Premier League clubs in France, probably Arsenal is the most supported. If Florian Wirtz does really well at Liverpool, which I think all five of us are saying he will,
I think,
and Liverpool end up being, let's say, have very good next 5-6 years. In these next 5-6 years, We win 3-4 league titles, 2 Champions Leagues, whatever. Obviously, you can't win every year, but that's what I'm saying. Let's say we win 3 or 4 out of 6 in the Premier League, 50%. And let's say we win like 2 Champions League, 1/3 of the next 6 Champions Leagues. If that does go ahead and happen, players growing up in Germany who are talented 10, 15 years from now will dream of becoming the next Florian Wirtz. These things provide shifts in the attraction of a football club, which are very important, which is why us signing Florian Wirtz is a massive fuck you to everyone. This right here is something that is much bigger than just what Florian Wirtz is going to offer me on the football pitch. This is actually sending so much messages to everyone around the world. Florian Wirtz, who the Bundesliga official YouTube account today posted the biggest talent to come out of Germany. Bundesliga official account, not me, on YouTube. They posted that. The biggest talent coming out of Germany just said no to Bayern Munich, no to Real Madrid, no to Manchester City, as reported by all reliable journalists, and yes to Liverpool. This, for me, now sends a message to every single player in the world that this is the club to be, which I think is a massive message to send. Now, the point that you brought up, I will simply cross the bridge when I get there. If I need to replace Kerkez next summer, or I need to replace Frimpong next summer, and we don't replace Kerkez and we don't replace Frimpong, then we will all sit here and go like, we're back to where all this started, and FSG are not doing the shit that they're supposed to, no problem. But as things stand, based off of what you're doing now, I do have to say that yes, I do expect them to replace Kerkez or Frimpong next summer if shit does hit the fan. And at this moment in time, with Florian Wirtz wearing that Liverpool shirt and saying, I want to win everything, like, as much as I do like to look at the future of the football club, I do feel like we deserve to live in this moment. Specifically after Caicedo, after Zubimendi, after Lavia, after Bellingham, all the shit that's happened to us over the last 3 summer transfer windows. If there is a time right now to put all the FSG differences aside and just celebrate an elite
the whole
signing,
point is celebrating it. But because we've spoken about this, even when I've been on your channel before, we've done this, as Mike alluded to, as Jamie alluded to. He said we've known about this for like a month now, right? A month, if not more. We've all celebrated, we all got excited, we've all seen the clips. It's as if he was in the door already, right? Because we haven't played a game. Yeah, we've seen him in the kit now. It's official, 100%. But we've known it's there. What I'm saying is, though, in my mind, and this is just myself, and this isn't nothing negative, I'm still wary. And it's just natural. I'm just like that. Mike's quite similar in certain situations as well. It's not being a buzzkill. I'm not trying to kill the vibe or anything like that. In my mind, I'm just like, okay, that's a tick. That's a tick, FSG. It's a mark against your name. Celebrate. You're moving how you should do, 100%. My question was, because we can have further conversations, it doesn't have to just be surface level, is as you just spoke to, you're just like, okay, you'll cross it when it will come to it. I wanted to go and check the panel in the chat and to be like, what's your thoughts on FSG now? Are we just now all FSG in? And
no, we are not FSG in. We are not, because people, Mike, I know, I promise I'm going to let you go now. So I won't even take long. I just need 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Here's the thing with the FSG conversation. All this transfer window proves is that the FSG outers were right all along. Because if I 2 months ago said that we should have this transfer window, everyone would have called me a FIFA bedwetting virgin who's never been to Anfield. Exactly. And now that it's happened, I have to apologize to FSG. I cannot say that now I should be FSGN based off of one transfer window.
That's my point.
I don't even expect this level of spending every summer. I don't. All I'm simply saying is, next summer comes, we need a DM and a left winger. We should just go out there and sign the DM and the left winger. Very basic stuff. I'm not asking for anything wild. So I'm looking at this current situation right now, and this does not prove that the FSG inners were right. It doesn't, because the FSG inner philosophy is trust the team and who we have and just sign 2 or 3 30 million pound signings. This goes against everything the FSG inners have said, the signing of Florian Wirtz, because we just paid 100 million fucking pounds for one player who makes this much of a difference. So this is literally the opposite of the FSG philosophy. And we did it, very important, and we did it without selling to buy. So this goes completely against the philosophy.
But the issue, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I don't have a problem with the sentiment, right? Like, I get it. you have an entire, you've got 6 years of success and summers after success to use to back your argument up, right? Like we didn't really strengthen after we won the Premier League. We didn't really strengthen after we won the Champions League. We kind of just ran it back with that 2019 team, and then we won the 2020 title. We finished second twice. We chased the quad essentially. But to me, it's the same sentiment that people had when Arne Slot came in, right? And like the whole narrative when Slot first came into this club was Dutch managers don't work. Jurgen Klopp is leaving. You're going to have to reset. And everyone used history to back up their argument. They said, look at all of these examples of what happened when these things went down, and then look at how bad teams got, right? And then I sat here and I was like, listen, I hear it, but this is the potential for, a Paisley-Shankly type situation where one great manager leaves, sets the foundation, another manager comes in. Now, I'm choosing to view this window as a sign of the club saying, I think that we've made mistakes in the past, and it's time to turn a new leaf. Now, unfortunately, where you have evidence to back up your statement, I don't have empirical data over the last 6 years to say, I think that we will continue to invest strong. All I have is the fact that we have taken this action. I'm viewing it from the point of, it's not 120 million. We get 97 million for winning the Premier League. This is a 30 million pound signing. And I already sold Kelleher for 30 million to Bournemouth. So essentially on the books right now, I have spent nothing. My money has been spent on Frimpong and Kerkez, just net spend wise. I don't even know with the Champions League money and the whole TV deal. So to me, it's just about we're showing the prerogative to move forward in this way. And until they prove me wrong, just like how last year, I mean, Jamie said it. Jamie was Liverpool is going to win the league from the beginning of the summer, all the way back when we first brought in Arne Slot. Until we get proven wrong, that's the stance that I'm going to take, because everyone said that last summer's window was crazy. It turns out to be genius. So I understand your point. I just think that there's two sides to every coin here. To
be fair, you're right. You're right. In hindsight, it does turn out.
I just
to be
say one
genius,
thing.
Wouldn't have been
Dom,
able to spend.
can we move on seriously? Can we move on from this? This is just a pointless conversation. Like seriously,
Why?
it's just really bringing the vibes down. Like honestly, like it just bringing the vibes. Jamie's gonna pull his hair out.
No, but
I don't think it's bringing the vibes down.
I think Jerry's
the thing is, if we win the league, if we don't win next season, FSG cannot be blamed.
Oh, seriously?
No. They can't.
That's another thing as well. We have to keep in mind as well, because we have to be honest.
They can't 100%. And to your point, Mike, that's 100% the mindset we need to be in. Is that now we've done it? It's okay, cool.
Nothing to do with FSG. None of this has got anything to do with FSG. It's to do with Michael Edwards back at the club. And he works for FSG, by the way, chat. He doesn't work for Liverpool FC. He works for
Here's
FSG.
where your logic doesn't work, though, because Michael Edwards was here last summer.
He's literally employed by FSG.
Yeah, but Michael Edwards was here last summer. So
and who signs his checks, Kmack?
It doesn't really matter, does it?
Yes, it does. It fucking does. 100%.
Michael Edwards has come back, and he's got fucking brilliant director of football who's doing shit.
Guys,
the last 4 years, we didn't have one.
Guys.
Let's talk about Guehi. Let's talk about
at the end of the day, look. I understand what everyone's saying, and Jerry, I understand what Jerry's saying as well. I understand what everyone's saying here, but at the end of the day, look, I'm in celebration mood. We got Wirtz in, Guehi's coming in, we got Kerkez in, we got Frimpong in. Arne Slot's one of the best young coaches in Europe. I am absolutely buzzing to be a Liverpool fan right now. All this FSG talk and all that, I understand everyone's opinion on it, because FSG's got a strong opinion with the Liverpool fan base, so we talk about it a lot. I get it. But for tonight and tonight only, I just want to live in the buzz, if that makes sense, live in the vibe of being out of my head on the transfers that we're making and the joy that I'm in right now. So can we just leave it as that, move on, keep the joy high, and let's talk about other transfers.
Where did this...
Pick out everyone here, because you've all got entitled to your opinions as well. You guys are beautiful people as well, but let's keep the joy going.
Where did this Guehi?
I agree with that. I am living in the moment myself. I won't even lie.
Jerry.
Even seeing Florian Friday in a Liverpool today.
Is that even confirmed? Have we actually sold Quansah to Leverkusen?
It's basically
I think
what the here we go
Yeah,
like
so
from Fabrizio. It's
it's
agreed
done.
and all of that.
So essentially, the idea here is that we're basically going to
We'll
buy
speak about
Guehi
that
for
in a
10
bit.
million.
We'll speak about that in a bit.
I think
Now,
it's
here's
26.5
the
million.
thing, and let's bring this all back to the football pitch. By the way, big up to everyone. We have hit 53.8k subscribers, so thank you guys so much. The road to 54k continues before 55k. But guys, we can't have 1,000 people in here. We ain't even 500 likes yet. Do hit the like button, subscribe. Big up all the super chatters. Don't worry, they're all starred. I didn't skip any of them. We'll come to them in a second. So I want to ask you all a football question. I start with you, Jamie, once again. Where does Florian Wirtz play on the football pitch, and why should he play there?
At this moment in time, I don't know. He's going to play in the attacking third. Let's put it that way. I don't know what Liverpool are going to do with Szoboszlai. Are they going to play Szoboszlai a little bit deeper? Maybe. You know, he does apparently. He mentioned that he prefers playing a little bit deeper, so maybe that's where he wants to play. But then we've got two players there who are probably better at that than he is right now. I'm not sure. It's up to what Slot wants to do. But Wirtz apparently said in his interview that when he contacted Slot, that Slot had a plan for him, and he already showed him video footage of where he wants him to play next season. So I think it's going to be either the 10 or an inside left position. I think they're the positions you're going to get. He's not going to get such and such a free role, because I don't think you can afford to give players today a free role in what they want to express themselves like that, like you did 10 years ago, because of the way football is today. But yeah, I can see him playing a false 9 in some games. I know people don't like hearing that, depending on the situation. I can see that happening. I can see him playing 10. I can see him playing on the inside left position. I can see Szoboszlai and Wirtz both playing as 2 10s in some games as well. He's going to be the main attacking outlet behind, you know, your Salah and whoever the number 9 coming into our football club is. You know, it's going to be circulating around him and then everyone else behind him. But yeah, I think Slot knows where to use him. If you look at his Leverkusen days, you look at when he's in Germany, it's number 10, or it's that inside left position, or sometimes in that left wing position. So it'd be around them 3 areas of the pitch, in my opinion, that he will play, and we'll probably get the best out of him as well. I know a lot of people were worried him played in the 10 in the Premier League of his physicality, and I weren't too sure about it, but I went and checked some games that he played for Leverkusen. He actually got quite physical himself, so I don't think the physicality will be a problem to him. And the pace of the Premier League, you know, he's very quick-minded, quick of thought, quick of feet. You know, I don't think that'd be a problem either if you want to stick him in that 10 position. But again, I don't know what Klopp's going to play. We could play like a diamond in midfield and a 3 up top. I'm not sure what Slot wants to play right now, to be fair. But whatever he does, Slot's got this geezer for a reason. Slot knows in his head where he's going to play him, how he's going to manipulate him into the team, and with others around him. So I'm cool with it. Wherever he plays.
When he plays for Leverkusen, he cuts in off the left-hand side, and he also floats across the attacking midfield in the zone 14. Spends a lot of time on the left, comes into the centre. He can also play on the right. I don't think he's going to be a specific place in the game. Like, I think he might start there, but he's got the game intelligence to pop up in different areas all over the park. And something we've just missed in the attacking midfield. We've just missed a player that can go past someone, who's got the skill to nutmeg someone, take the ball around them, just be able to do that flair stuff. And he can do it in bags. Like, he's unbelievable at it. I watched this video where he went past about 6 players and he didn't actually move the ball. He just kept the ball at his foot. He didn't move it left or right. It just went through them all. Really cool, man. But I think Slot's got a plan for him. You know what, though? If we get a number 9, I think he probably plays on the left, which means that one of those guys is going.
I used to think that could be the scenario. I don't think that anymore. I'll be honest with you. I'm going to give you the straight up easy answer. I think Florian Wirtz is going to play in the 10. That's it.
But that's okay. I'm in full agreement with you if we buy a number 9. If we get a striker,
which we will, we know that.
Which is okay, perfectly fine. But if someone is starting over Diogo Jota come the beginning of the season, then yeah, he's going to be an out-and-out number 10. if we don't, or we don't get someone that we're fully confident to start over Jota, let's say, for instance, we get a project guy, we spend 15, 20 million, not Darwin Nunez project guy. Like I'm talking actual, like this is low spend. This is 15 million. He's coming from a lower league. We think he has potential. To me, with the roster that we have right now, it makes the most sense to actually play the 4-2-4. Do what we did against City away. Play 4-2-4, 2 10s. You've got Wirtz on the left, and you've got Szoboszlai on the right. Then you got Luis Diaz on the left wing, or Gakpo on the left wing, and you got Mo Salah on the right wing.
I think we will do that, Mike, but not every game, though.
No. Again, I'm only saying this if we don't get that number.
Okay, you're a
9
person
that
who
starts
understands
over
football, and
Jota.
you speak football from a football perspective. Leeds at home, Brentford at home, 4-2-4 doesn't work. We need someone up top.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not saying that against every single team. I mean, even if we get a striker, we're not going to play the same formation against every single team. We're not.
Well,
gonna
it
set up the same
depends.
way.
I mean, if it's Isak, then I fucking will.
Who's dropping out of midfield then? Who's dropping out of midfield? Because that's the question. You're playing him in the 10. Who's dropping out of midfield?
If
I'm
we get a
sorry, I have
striker,
an easy answer.
Szoboszlai
you
is
guys are all
clearly
gonna
the
get
one
mad.
getting dropped.
We're gonna have the whole
Szoboszlai is
debate
clearly the one getting
again.
dropped.
But I think it's gonna be him. It's so obvious we're gonna drop. I'm so sorry.
Szoboszlai, so if we get a striker, Szoboszlai will become the rotational 8, right? McAllister can go forward. Szoboszlai can go forward. Gravenberch doesn't like to go forward. But what the last game of the season proved to us
Have you heard his
is that
interview?
Szoboszlai can play the 8.
I'm certain that Dominic Szoboszlai will play all the big 6 games. I'm just
Yeah,
not
he will.
certain that he will play the rest of the games. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you tell me Arne Slot gonna run 4-2-4 away at City, away at Arsenal, I say yes. I'd shake your hand right now. But home to Leeds, that just won't run. And of course,
Depending
you
on
have
the
your
striker.
rotation and stuff. And he's proven he can play in the double pivot towards the end of last year. So, yeah, that's what I'll say. And plus, we only have one luxury player now, not 2. We only have Mo, who's a luxury player. The rest are all not luxury players. The rest are all, you get me, work hard defensively, including Wirtz, by the way, who's a very hard-working player. But anyway, let me just read these super chats and then move on to talk about Guehi, Isak, and all the other different topics. Guys, we have 1,000 people in here. All these guys' links in the description. Go give them
I'll be
all a
2
subscribe,
seconds.
please, you guys. Go show them some support. Go show them some love. Everyone, please hit the like button. Everyone, please subscribe to the channel right here, right now. Let's try to push 500 likes, guys. So, big up to Ed, who says Viva la Flamengo. Ed was actually at the Flamengo game today where Flamengo beat Chelsea. Yeah, had a great time, Ed. Big up Edinho. Big up. Habibi, letter from Simon Rolfs to Flo. Special. I'll make sure I'll check it out. I'll check it out inshallah after the stream. Thank you for actually telling me about this letter thing. I appreciate it, Singh. Thank you, my brother. Dan Carlito was flying out to Heathrow August 15, but decided to extend and buy a ticket to Anfield on Florian Friday. Let's go. Hey, money well spent. Money well spent. Let's go. By the way, did they announce what shirt he'll wear?
No, they didn't give a number yet.
Have they not given a number? Are we all sure?
Yeah, they've given a number yet.
Because 17 is taken, isn't it, by Jones? And 10 is taken by McAllister.
Because they don't have to register numbers till like the
Do you
week
think they're
first.
waiting for outgoings or something? Just in case. I suppose they can give a 7 to Wirtz.
To Wirtz for
They're
the
giving
7.
him like a 27 now, as an example. Whatever.
Yeah, could be.
27. Oh, God.
But that was his number. That was his number before, wasn't it?
Yeah, 27. Yeah, I think 27. I think 27's his number. So he'll probably take 27. I think that's actually Florian's number though. So if he wants it, take it.
I think Frimpong's getting 30.
I hate it because of one individual, but let's not.
Who was 27 before? Was it Origi?
Yeah.
It used to be Darwin Nunez, didn't it?
He came from Benfica to the Redmen. If we somehow get Isak, I'll ask you this. Has a club ever won the FIFA World Cup, the NBA Final, the Super Bowl, the World Series, all in the same? Hey, we get Isak. I'll be honest with you guys, man. Wrap it up. Just give me the league and everyone just pounds. I will be so honest with you. That will be like so over for everyone. And I will discuss Isak now next. It is so over. It is so
Show
over.
that screenshot as well for Isak. I've just put it in the thing. Like, that's the GA that he's providing as a 25-year-old, and it's also got Wirtz on there as well at the bottom.
Hey, first. Okay, let me read this one and then we
down.
look at the rest of the names. Yeah, I know because of the super chat. 1 second, because I unstarted it, so I can't get it back
22.
up. 1 second.
Wirtz is on 22.
Liverpool leadership is doubling and tripling down. Now is the window to dominate for the next 5+ years. More signing coming for sure. Wallahi is what Laith is saying. Bro, listen, if we get more signings, and you know they're very good signings, brother, we will cook. How the fuck is Moise Kean on this list?
He had a good season, innit?
Have you seen Ekatike, though? You seen Ekatike? Just in
You guys
case
remember
don't
when
get
Moise
either.
Kean played for Everton? You guys remember?
Yeah.
The only thing
Played
with
for Everton and he
G,
played for PSG.
only thing with these stats, yeah, it don't tell you who they scored against, and was it like the 5th goal in a 5-1 win and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True. I mean, we know Isak.
We know
scored against
Isak, yeah, we know
Premier.
Isak. Yeah,
Yeah.
we know
Backed against
Isak.
everyone, didn't he?
I think Olise is a big game player. Haaland is definitely not a big game player. And Mbeumo did score a couple of goals against big clubs. Ekatike, same, even like away at Spurs and stuff. Cole Palmer was not a big game player this year. Moise Kean, I swear Moise Kean for Fiorentina this season, didn't he score like a hat-trick against Juve or some shit? It's just like some madness.
Yeah,
He's
Moise
had a good
Kean's
season.
it was actually
Yeah.
decent this year, to be fair.
Yeah, he did a madness. Can't believe he played for Everton. The rivals were shaking before these signings. Adidas about to eat with this Wirtz announcement. Hopefully they announce the new kit with him and Frimpong. By the way, not trying to deviate, but Jackson tackle, WTF. I saw the Jackson tackle. It's a scary tackle, bro. I can't believe he came on and then just got sent off like fucking 4 minutes later. You know?
Have you guys seen the Adidas reveal for Wirtz?
Yeah.
Without
Wirtz kept
the
secret.
Liverpool logo, but they're like the Wirtz kept secret. I was like, yeah.
Yep,
Sick.
it's elite. It's elite advertising right there. I love it, to be honest with you. I love it. Big up to you, William. Thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. Big up to you you've made a couple of big donations as well. Appreciate you. Shawnee, this was in response to Jerry. Geez, for fuck's sake, man, I knew you couldn't be happy. What Shawnee's saying. Hey, big up.
Honestly, people are funny. Anyway, go on.
Demetrius, nah, JJ, poor timing. Let's celebrate now. Only Sharkia song will bring my mood. Have you guys seen the First of all,
Have you heard what Pep Guardiola said about Cherky?
what did he say?
He said it wasn't my signing. Like,
Did he actually say that, or is it the
he
Kmack
said
stuff?
I didn't. He's not my signing. Like,
Show me the quote. Pull it
Show
up.
me the quote.
Where's
I
the
need to
evidence?
see that.
Where's the evidence? Where's the
I'm
evidence?
sorry.
What-
I
What
don't wanna
manager?
be- I don't wanna be
What-
awkward.
What manager
Check it
would
out.
ever say he's not my signing before the guy even
Check it
steps
out.
foot into the club?
The only person I know
Show
that
me
said
the
that
evidence.
Conte was Jed Spence, but show me the evidence, Kmack.
okay, 2 seconds. I'll put
Did
it
you
in
really
the chat.
did you just compare Jed Spence to fucking
Oh,
Ronnie?
Tom, when you don't talk like that, you make City fans go mad. So keep on spitting, cry more, you bums. Trikira, your hips ain't the one. I'm on tonight, but your hips don't fly. Ray on Cherokee, your moves just lie. Try with Casablanca, couldn't beat a man. Hips were lying, no game, no plan.
Hold on.
I thought that was
I need
Kostas Tsimikas.
Wait.
You can't ever do that.
I need to do a evidence check here because this is prime example of mixing up people's words. Pep Guardiola said the club decided. That is not nearly the same thing as saying he's not my signing or he's not my player or I didn't sign
No,
him.
you can. No, I'm sorry. We ain't gonna call out Kmack on a technicality. That literally means that the club signed him, not him. Come on, you guys. We can't bullshit here. If he said the club decided, then that's definitely not a Pep signing.
That's
Can
not
we
him.
stop? Can we not do semantics? Come on now. We're
Semantics
better than
matter,
that.
bro.
Mike,
Semantics
you're not
matter.
calling me out
Even
on
you are
that one,
better
mate.
than
You're
this.
not calling me out
As
on
low
that
as
one.
you are, Mike, even you're better than this. Come on. Because I know you're very technical with the words. And you want
Okay,
to come on
well, I mean,
like
listen.
me.
If you want to hear the full quote, it's but at the same time, the club decided on Ryan because he has incredible skills, close to the box, and great vision, pass in many things.
A club
it sounds
decided,
like-
meaning it's not his signing. I'll be honest with you,
He
Kmack
didn't
is
sign
right
him.
there. Completely.
That's because he wanted Wirtz.
Come on, Mike. If Slot comes out and says the club decided on Kerkez, not me, do you think Kerkez is his signing? Come on, brother.
I
Be
don't
serious.
think. I think that we all sat here 2 summers ago and talked about how it's not the manager's job to sign every single player, and there's going to be signings that the sporting director needs to make.
I don't even know what to believe anymore.
Mate,
That's why I
how
need
many
one more
weeks
summer
out
window.
is that?
That's why I need one summer window. Because what if Klopp was fucking us up
I'm
the whole
just
time?
saying
I don't even know.
I'm just saying that there's a big difference. That's all.
What a day. FSG moving like... I don't know who that is, but you're...
Danny Ocean.
Oh,
know who
Ocean's
that is.
11.
Ocean's 11. Isn't
Frank
that
Roberts.
the
He's a
fucking...
thief.
Frank
He's a
Roberts.
thief.
The film where they rob the
Yeah.
casino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole series.
What's the name of the lead actor in it again? The guy that married
George Clooney. George Clooney.
George Clooney.
He's the guy that married that
He's Danny
United
Ocean, yeah.
Nations activist, right?
Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
thinking about Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, Brad. No, Brad.
You're thinking about Brad.
No.
George Clooney's
No,
wife is
George
not cute.
Clooney married that like Lebanese United Nations activist who like supports like all like the things around
Yeah,
the
I
world.
think so. Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, it's George Clooney, by
he's
the way.
proper, he's proper woke. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, the
Amal.
lawyer. Yeah, it's him.
Amal.
See?
Yeah, her name is
Yeah.
Amal.
Unrelated, Hussam and Mo have blood on their hands after that disgusting Delap prop after the LAFC game. First of all, Mo watched the game, not me, and Mo said, you know, you're very weird, Wax. If me and Mo are doing a stream, Mo says something. Why is it Mo and Hussam does prop? It's fucking Mo's opinion. I have not watched a single game of Club World Cup, my brother. You know me. I do a lot of watch-alongs. I have zero interest in this shit. Till it gets to like semi-final or quarters or whatever, I ain't doing a single fucking watch-along, bro. So it's not me. It's not me. Big up again to you, William. Thank you so much once again. I appreciate you supporting us today. My captain and the king, maybe the best investment the club has made in the last decade at least. Saying that, looking at the summer, goosebumps. It's not my money, go win it all. I'm so glad that someone just said it's not my money. Fucking finally.
Exactly.
Finally, Hussam. 4 years doing YouTube. Finally, people understand that you don't need the fucking accountancy degree when you become a Liverpool fan. Thank God people are realizing this now and spend the fucking money.
On that point, do you think we win everything?
Do I think we?
Yeah, I'm saying, what if you had to give a probability? Like, we haven't signed a striker yet. We haven't finished. So again, it could go up. But currently, with the Wirtz signing with Kerkez through the door and Frimpong, let's say we kept everything the same as it is. Do you give us, what percentage would you give us to retain the title?
Okay, everything the same right now. No further additions to any other football club. Liverpool, 80%. City, 15%. Arsenal, 5%.
I was going to say 75 as well. I was going to say that.
Yeah, 80%. Just because I got to respect that bald bastard a little bit, so I give him 15%. To be honestly, that's it. Just because I got to respect who the fuck Pep Guardiola is, but yeah, 80%. Big up to African Cat. Big up to you, my brother. Big up the panel. Jerry, as much as I understand your point, you failed to give credit to Slot for improving players. He wanted players. You trust him to help them. He did with Salah, Gravenberg.
Slot's incredible. Slot's incredible. I haven't said anything about Slot, did I?
No.
I think he's basically saying that he will improve the signings that we signed this summer.
Oh no, 100. You have to hope so now, and especially he's getting his players. Again, it's to your point. For this season, if we don't, like we said, 75, 80%. If he don't do it, it's on Slot's hands because.
Oh yeah. You cannot blame
him.
FFP
Ownership. This is nothing to do. You've got your players, and it's not only that he's got his players. He's got the players we all want, and he's got the stars. And if we anticipate, and we're going to speak about the incomings that might potentially come, if they come in, then boy, like that's, do you know what I mean? That's a powerful squad.
How many majors did we win with the best modern LFC team and best modern manager with prime Michael Edwards and FSG? Were the 80s the same as now? In the 80s, actually, people don't know this. Go do your research. We were the biggest spenders, mate. Just people don't know this.
It's just the spending was smaller, that was all.
Yeah, but Kenny Dalglish was like a British transfer record at the time, you remember?
Yeah, John Barnes cost us John Barnes cost us 1.3 million in 1987, I believe, which that might sound not big now, but if you put that into today's equations, it's like 100 million pretty much.
Yeah, it's like 100 million. Yeah, so yeah, 100%. Off the topic question for the panel: who will leave their job first, Arteta or Xabi Alonso? There are
Xabi Alonso.
Two ways to look at this. Madrid are more ruthless, however, I'll be honest with you. Arsenal got Zubimendi, who's a good signing now. But if Arsenal signs Sesko and not Gyökeres, I think they're about to have a horrendous start to the season.
Yeah, but that's the thing that what I've heard from Arsenal fans is, who know more than I do, is they think like as long as he gets top four, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, Arsenal's transfer. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would be a bit like, why are we always buying players we don't necessarily need that importantly before we buy the players we desperately need? Like they did it last year. They got a left back in they never really used as a defender, and another midfielder that they had to use as a striker because they didn't buy a striker. And at this moment in time, they've gone and bought another defensive-minded player and no striker. If I was an Arsenal fan, I'd be like, this is weird. Like, what are we doing?
Don, can you bring up that comment by YNWA? Because it also relates to this.
By who, sorry?
1208.
By who? Who? What's his name?
YNWA. So basically, big up YNWA. If Newcastle get 140 million from us, they could overtake Arsenal. And that's the worry for Arsenal. They could be overtaken by clubs that spend loads of money, like the likes of maybe Chelsea. You know, if they go and spend a ton of money on transfers, they could overtake Arsenal. And that's the worry for Arsenal fans. Because they draw too many games with Arteta right now. That's just a fact. They do that again next season.
Yeah, but
I
have
140 million from us.
I just have a different perspective on Arsenal because I know Kroenke well. Like I'm an American sports fan. He owns 3 different teams. People in Europe who don't watch American sports aren't as privy to the type of owner that he is. I understand what his major priorities are. I understand what his modus operandi is. Once he wins a championship, he doesn't give a shit as long as it keeps making money. This man owns the Avalanche, was in a deal with cable. He was trying to, like, basically a cable company was trying to make a deal with him. He wasn't getting enough money. So he said, fuck you. No one in the state of Colorado will be able to watch Colorado Avalanche games. It said he blacked out the games to the local fans because he could not strike a deal with a cable company. I don't think Arteta is going to go anywhere because I don't think that Arsenal is at the top of his priority list. And I think that as long as Arteta keeps showing that he can get close and that there's a possibility, then he's going to remain at this club. Because what are your other alternatives right now? And at least from his mind, Kroenke's mind, he's proven that he can get near. And to him, that's good enough. And listen, if this guy wins like a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, long may he reign in Stan Kroenke's eyes. This dude will be here for another 5 years. It doesn't matter what the trophy is titled. He will say, this is my guy. Because to him, he just operates completely differently than anyone else. And I think that if you aren't privy to how he operated the Rams or how he operated the Nuggets or how he operated the Avalanche, you don't have the true understanding of the type of owner that he is.
I hear you. Big up to William, says Kenny. Big up to you, William, and thank you so much for supporting us today. Big up to Faraz, who says, Mike, give us the best songs for Wirtz comps. Why are you asking Mike for music recommendations?
Oh, because I work in the music industry, probably.
Oh, fair. Big up the music industry. Big up to, what's your recommendation for Wirtz comps?
It's got to be Worst Behavior by Drake.
I was gonna say maybe like any early 50 Cent. Like
hasn't it got to be something by Flo Rida? Like, doesn't it just make sense?
Done.
That's like his handle, Flo.
I've got to pull it up. I would say probably Into Club, 50 Cent. Just like absolute banger, incredible beat. It's just a classic. Off the top of my head, though, that's a really
that's a good one. This would be my recommendation.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
Would like it.
If anyone does a Wirtz comp with Taste the Biscuit, I'm gonna play it on YouTube immediately. If anyone does it.
You imagine the crowd singing, nah, Taste the Biscuit.
Mike, I'd probably go with What Up Gangster.
Taste the Biscuit.
Yep. Honestly, literally anything from Get Rich or Die Trying, you can put on a Florian Wirtz.
How have you none of you recommended DMX?
I don't know what any of you are talking about.
Listen, DMX.
If you can't make a Wirtz and Frimpong compilation with Rough Riders, you're a fraud.
Yeah, Kmack's a DJ here. He can mix something up.
Yeah, but it's nice house music, mate.
Yeah,
Kmack's gonna recommend like fucking Fat Boy Slim or something.
I think you end up with Isak, Ederson, Fofana, Hato. Fucking hell. Even I'm like, this is not FIFA.
Buy all of European football.
I will say one thing. You have to be careful you don't buy too much.
Oh, there is no such thing, my brother.
Because it can ruin your team a little.
Why do we want Manchester City's goalkeeper?
But we have the spine. That's why
James, I can't believe it, James.
Jamie. 1-1. Jamie equalizer.
I went there.
Big up people, I'm melting. Chelsea did lose to Flamengo today, by the way, but we don't care about Chelsea. We're not in a top 4 race.
Yeah, 3-1.
Surely there's pressure to win number 7. Been 6 years. Bro, why do people think Liverpool fans duck the pressure? Bring it on, bro.
We're not Arsenal. We want the pressure, man. Bring it.
Yeah, I know Arsenal. Let's go. Anyway, let's see what Becky's saying. Listen, we've got 1,100 people actually watching, so make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. We're going to be looking at Quansah, Guehi, and Isak, so like more incomings, basically, more conversations. But you want to know something? People are not deeping this, and we're already going to start the section, like, subscribe, chat. The fact that we're going to sell Quansah and bring in Crystal Palace captain, Premier League proven, to replace Quansah is a madness.
If that
I'll let Kmack start off with this one. Go on, Kmack.
I mean, Crystal Palace turned down was a 70 million last year for
January, wasn't it?
For Guehi. Like, he's a really good player. Like, England international, and he's looked really good in the England team as well. He can play in a number of positions as well, by the way. Just if you wanted to know, he can fill in at right back and left back as well. He's done it before. It's just like, to replace Quansah with Guehi, that's just elite. Like, that's just top of the table. Like, it's the mentality of, yeah, we'll go and get your best player, and he can come and be our third choice. Right, and he can fight it out with Konate. Konate really wants to stay at Liverpool, then he's got to fight it out with Guehi. Like, make it matter. But think about that as well, though, is we're getting more players in, so we're strengthening for more competitions, which is good to see as well. And to offer Guehi Champions League football, it's a dream for him. Like, I reckon that deal's been going on for ages, by the way. So you've got a year left on his contract. So everyone's talking about like mad money. It's not. It's not going to be crazy money. The money they get from him, they're probably just going to go and buy Diamonde. So they'll probably need about 40, 50 million. And everyone talked about like all these players costing so much more. Have you seen who we've got in charge? Like we literally getting £50 million player for like 100 million. Everyone's talking about Kerkez costing 45, 50 million. We're getting him for probably 40 million, maybe even less. Like, just real good negotiators. Who knows how long the Guehi talks have been going on for. Crystal Palace turned down that money, keeping him because he's their captain and giving them a push for Europe. And they've obviously won their first trophy ever. And now they get into Europe with him. And he can leave on a high and come to Liverpool. And great bit of business. Like, keep it coming.
I think it's just taking advantage of the situation. Like Kmack said, his deal expires in June of 26. He hasn't shown, any inclination that he wants to re-sign and stay there for the future. It's probably not going to come. He's 24 years old. He just won a FA Cup with Crystal Palace, which is the first time they've won anything. And
ever.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go. Literally the first time they've ever won anything. It's probably time for him to move on. And if a suitor like Liverpool comes in and says, hey, I'll give you 45 million, 50 million, that's a hell of a lot better than having him walk away next summer for free. Especially if you turn down 70 million. Unfortunately, you don't have the luxury to turn down anything if he doesn't want to stay. Isak, I don't think there's anything to say there. It's a dream. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And listen, anyone else we buy, you know, long may us spending money continue. That's all I would really say. 'Cause at the end of the day, you know, I'm gonna look at this summer as net, right? Like we could bring in 5-6 players, but realistically, that, you know, we only actually spent like 150 million pounds. If you include all of our winnings from the season, and if you include all the outgoings, because, you know, we already sold Kelleher, but, you know, potentially we'll be selling Quansah, maybe Harvey Elliott's next, maybe Andy Robertson's next. All of a sudden, you know, you could bring in 5 incredible players for 150 million, 170 million total. And then anyone here would say, you know, I don't really think it's the craziest thing in the world for a club to spend 150 million pounds. That's investment. That's net spent. That's money out of my pocket total. So to me, I'm kind of just in dreamland right now. I'm happy to just kick back, watch. You know, it's all good. You're surprising me at every possible turn. My opinion's coming.
Speaking of 150, Mike, I'll ask you a question.
Completely
If
different.
we go to Newcastle, attempt to buy Isak, and they want 150 million, and we say no, we're not going to pay that much money, will you be mad?
Absolutely. Well, listen, Isak. Okay, with Jamie, if we want the guy, yes, Jamie, 100%. We will. We will pay it. But ultimately, he's got 3 years left on his deal. So with 3 years, his contract doesn't expire, I think, until June 2028. So under no circumstances this getting done for anything less than 150 million pounds. So if we want him, we'll go out there and we will get him. I also just think that means if we get Isak, I think that we're going to sell one of the players that we were on the border of selling. I think that the club knows who they want to get rid of, but if we're going to get Isak, it's going to be a moment of, all right, I was thinking about doing this, but now I have to, because I need to offset the books, and I feel like I can afford to. And to me, that would be like if we were thinking about selling Jota and we can get 30 million for him, we'd be like, you know what?
Do you think potentially though? Yeah. Do you think potentially Newcastle were in a situation where if they were any other club, right, they'd say, yeah, we don't have to sell Isak, we don't have to do that, and
yeah, 100%.
But the difference is Newcastle are the one team that have money, but because of FFP and PSR, they're unable to spend. The only way they can spend is by selling, right? So if they're able to go and sell Isak for 150, 160, whatever it is, right? That then brings money in for them, which then enables them to strengthen the team. Of course, Isak's going to be a massive miss. You can't replace him. But we've seen it with them where they get rid of a player here and all of a sudden they can go another Bruno Guimaraes-esque signing or a Tonali-esque signing to come into Newcastle that strengthens their team as a whole, as opposed to just being reliant on this striker that when he's not in the team or if he's out of form, Newcastle don't look nothing like the team that they should be. Do you know what I mean? Like they're very, very reliant. You might see a situation where they're like, the player wants to go, it's a big amount of money. If we get that money in, we can now spend big on whoever it is, because now we've got 150 million that's coming minimum, right? Player sales that we're going to sell. So a couple of players that we're going to sell. I know Callum Wilson's off the books. Now they're like, all right, cool. They can flex and they can go and be like, all right, well, whoever. Kudus, here you go, 70 million. Someone else, 70 million. And that might strengthen their team. So you never know. You never know. It's like, that was United, I'd hear it. If that was like another team, but because that's the only way they're going to be able to spend, because they haven't got the incomings, and they're the richest club in the world, but they can't spend.
Can I just say something quickly on Isak, because I didn't talk about Isak? People are forgetting Newcastle touted Isak out to Liverpool and Arsenal for 100 million when they had PSR issues. Isak has not forgotten that. Trust me, Isak has not forgotten that he was touted out, just like Anthony Gordon was, for 100 million. We didn't take it. I wish we took it. Let's be fair. We all wish we took it now.
We all wish. For Quansah, you mad? Quansah and money. Everyone would
Gomez, it was Gomez, isn't it?
I know.
Gomez.
I know.
Even
look, hindsight's one of them, but we haven't forgotten. We have not forgotten about Isak. Like Slot hasn't forgotten about Isak because he talks about him every time. But the other thing as well I wanted to quickly say about Isak is, and also the players that we've signed, they've all got mad ambition. And they want to win trophies. Isak's just won a trophy. Guehi's just won a trophy for their clubs, and they're lauded as heroes in those cities now because Guehi was the captain. Isak scored the winner. 80 years, never won a trophy. 80 years for Newcastle, never won a trophy for Crystal Palace. They leave the club head held high, like fans. Thanks for the memories. These guys are coming to Liverpool to continue their legacy, and they want to win more trophies. And unfortunately, Newcastle aren't in the position for the next 2 years or 3 years to win the Premier League or the Champions League. They're just not. They haven't got enough players. They haven't got a big enough squad.
Kmack
They've
is
got
spitting like crazy today. What's
too much. They've got to do too much. But Palace and Isak, like Guehi and Isak,
shut the fuck up, Tom.
Come on. We got more for you.
But yeah, for me, going on to your point, Hassam, I mean, yeah, Guehi, quality. For me, that's the one where I'm like, again, that for me, you know, Isak's the dream. Kerkez is you need another left back. For me, I don't think people understand the Guehi move.
It's quality, man.
Is ballsy because what you're saying is, yeah, I know Kmack, you said third choice. He's not.
Don't call me Tom Little in the chat. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's not coming in to be third choice. He's coming in to he's like, I'm second. Like, that's the only way you're convincing the captain of Crystal Palace. Because to your point, I know Crystal Palace, they've obviously in Europe, they might let him go on a free. But they want their season in Europe to be a success to a certain extent because they want to go and up the caliber of player that they can attract. And they want to have a decent season in Europe. He's their skipper. To let him go at that point in time, it will hurt them. I mean, we saw it with Leicester when they went into the Champions League where Mahrez left, Kante left, all of a sudden you're like, boy, like you guys can't do anything and your season's affected. For me, he's a leader. I think that the reason why Liverpool have gone in for him at the price he is, I think they think he could become Van Dijk's successor. Now, not in terms of ability, but in terms of what he is as an individual, in terms
leadership.
of leadership around in the changing room. I know little things like he's God-fearing and stuff like that, but he believes in a higher power. Like he's very religious. Like he's a good person to be around. In my local, if you go to the local Morleys and that, there's pictures of him up. Do you know what I mean? With the local chicken shop and stuff. He's that type of individual. And remember, Liverpool are not only known for bringing in good players, it's the good individuals that they're bringing in. There's no wrong uns in the team. Like everyone's a solid individual. And I think bringing in a Guehi like that, yeah, you're almost telling Konate.
Are you sure there's no wrong uns in the team?
I mean,
allegedly.
I'm not going to speak on conspiracy.
Hey, alleged wrong just went to Leverkusen. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's my point, isn't it? That's my point.
Alleged.
Yeah, Guehi. I don't understand why there's some Liverpool fans down on this either. You know,
I don't understand it at all.
I've seen it on social media. I've seen it on other YouTube channels and that. People are like really downplaying. I don't think people realise he's 24 years of age. He's a leader already. He's a captain for his club. You know, he's had England caps. I thought he was actually really good. Was it the Euros he was at? I thought he was actually really good. People were talking well about him. Do you know what it is, right? I've never been Konate's biggest fan, right? I think Konate is an extremely good footballer, but I think Virgil makes him look even better, right? I don't. Some people are worried. Some people don't. Some people put Konate on such a pedestal that no one can touch him. If what he's coming in, he's coming in to take Konate's place for me. That's what he's coming in for, the fight. Because Virgil's place is secure. Let's face it. I don't think there's a defender on earth that can take Virgil's spot right now, even at his age. But Konate's spot's available, and if I'm going, I'm looking at it. I've got a year left on my Palace deal. Liverpool Football Club want me, the best team in England right now, and they're building a new legacy to go even better for the years to come. I want to be a part of that. Now, I might not be getting first team minutes like I do at Palace right now because I can understand the quality they got in front of me, but I believe in myself to be as equal as Konate and can fight for that spot. So I think I think it's great on both parties. My only worry about the whole situation is like Jerry was just pointing out there about Palace might, even though he's got 1 year left in his deal, Palace still might ask for a lot of money for him because they might feel like that's still a year of Europe with our captain. And if he leaves on a free, he leaves on a free, you know. So that's keep him. So we're going to still ask for a high figure. I don't know if Liverpool will want to go too high on him, knowing he's got 1 year on his deal. I think Liverpool have also got their high. What I've heard today, what I've been told today as well, that Liverpool are really looking at Lukeba. They got their eyes on Lukeba. If the Guehi deal don't, if they can't get him for a good price, they'll take their attentions. Because Liverpool, even though we're spending money like we are, we're still a sensible football club. We're not. I don't think we're going to go over the top on things. So, if Palace say 50 million for Guehi with 1 year left on the deal, but you can get Lukeba for 55, 60, who's got more years left on his deal, similar profile, they might just be persuaded to go the other way because of that. So, but I'm not unhappy with it, Guehi. I think it's a phenomenal bit of business if Liverpool can get him. Because if you're telling me our back four is Virgil, Konate, Guehi, and Joe Gomez, that's like them four centre backs. You know, options that we have.
Serious players.
They're fantastic options. Fantastic options.
For me, again, the Guehi one just it. Look, we've got to be honest. I think to your point as well with Konate. Remember, Quansah started the season last year, right? Yeah. Had Quansah not had a bad start like that, it might have been a completely different, role for Konate potentially, and a role for Quansah, because Quansah looked like he was going to start, right? And Konate could have started. That didn't happen, and Konate had an outstanding season. But Konate, as we've seen, I think Hussami actually said it on Kopish, right? When Virgil van Dijk's not in the team, if it's Konate Gomez or Konate Matip or Konate Quansah, it is a complete mess. It
looks like shit, basically.
There's no leader. All of a sudden, Konate, when he rushes out all the way to, right wing and stuff, there's no one in the centre, and it just becomes crazy. Guehi looks a bit more composed. I think that's the word to use. I think because he's a leader, he has to control the team a bit more. So he's not going to be as rash. I don't think he's going to be as gung-ho. And I know Matt was talking about the profile of Konate and saying that we're going to miss that. If we don't play the same way, we're not going to miss the profile of Konate. You don't need to replace that center profile for profile.
Tom Little was saying that as well. He was like, the only way it works is if we sign Christian Romero because he's rash.
No, you don't need that. You can have two. We don't like Guehi is still an aggressive front-footed centre back, but he's much more composed than a Konate. Like we've seen Konate give away fouls and he looks at and he gives you the Kolo Touré type of vibes. Even Kolo Touré as pomp would give away challenges.
We don't want to play like that, though. You can tell that Slop doesn't want to play like that.
Exactly.
He doesn't want to play with that type of central defender.
Hence why I think he started with Quansah, right? And I think Konate, again, is his athletic abilities are so superior, is that when you've got a Trent on the pitch and then you want to play a higher line and you're in the Premier League and the dynamic's probably better with Virgil and Konate because Quansah's new in the team, it works. But if you can get a Konate for a cut price deal, and you've got another skipper again, another leader in the team. So you've got a captain in Szoboszlai, a captain in Virgil van Dijk, a captain in whoever. Alisson could be a captain. Salah's a captain. Flipping whoever else is like. All of a sudden you're looking at it and you're like, oh, like this is a team full of leaders, and that's more important than anything. Like, you can have. We've seen it where Thiago Silva was playing up until he's 40, not only because he was just a great player, but because he's a leader. And that's why Virgil van Dijk is that.
Okay, can I propose a scenario that Tom proposed yesterday?
Go on.
Look, we could sell Konate this summer and get like 40-50 million for him.
No, you keep him.
Is it not smarter to keep him, lose him out on a free next summer, but win the league again?
Exactly. That's what Liverpool are not going to sell Konate this summer. They are going to look at it and go, look, people in the chat might be getting wrong what we're saying about Konate. I think Konate is a fabulous footballer. I just don't rank him as high as a lot of people like put him. Look at Valverde. Is it who's the centre back next to Sergio Ramos from Madrid all them years?
Okay,
Varane.
Varane. Yeah, Varane was an exceptional centre back, but when he didn't have the leadership of Sergio Ramos next to him, he looked a bit vulnerable. if that makes sense. But that doesn't mean Varane's a shit centre back. Now I think that's a similar thing with Konate, if that makes sense there. But
I get it.
You put them together, Konate and Virgil.
I think it's great.
That's the same with Saliba, by the way, Jamie.
I was going to say, to your point, I think Carragher even spoke about, I think with Saliba, I think when he was talking about Saliba saying that Gabriel's gone, you need to be the leader in that team for how good you are. Yeah. And he just ended up being like a Konate, where you looked and you're like, he's not really saying anything. He's quite vulnerable. He's out of position. Yeah. And I think we've seen...
And that's why this season I shifted to saying Gabriel is better than Saliba now.
Yeah. And I think you could, based on the season, I think based on the importance, we've seen it. But again, it's like when Saliba's not there, the season before when Saliba got injured, Gabriel was quite similar, where you were looking at it and you're like, he's all over the place.
But you put them together and they're fantastic.
Exactly. But I think that when you look at a Guehi's been at the back. And when you've looked at their times, I know they've got Lacroix now and who else? Who else at the back now? They had Chalobah. Richards, there we go. Where now they've got like a back four. But
he's a good player, by the way.
But before, when it was just him, and then you had Anderson again, really, really good. We all thought
he was the leader. Everybody thought he was the leader.
Yeah, it was Guehi the whole time.
He was with Anderson.
Yeah.
What I will say about Konate, though, is, and the reason why we should definitely keep him is because you've got to keep that continuity. Like,
yeah, I agree.
You can't break that up.
You cannot change everything.
No. Yeah. And I think we're keeping Konate, by the way. Mainly the reason is because PSG are going for Zabani from Bournemouth.
On that point,
they're going for Zabani. I think Zabani
he signed a new deal. I think if that's the case, he might be close to signing a new deal.
I think if Robbo goes,
Konate did say don't listen to anything in the media about my contract. It's all BS.
He's also talked about playing with Frimpong. He's also talked about playing with Frimpong next season.
On that point,
he said it'll be different than Trent, but I'm looking forward to it.
On that point,
want to hear?
He's also said that Dembele deserves Ballon d'Or. Fraud.
Yeah.
Well,
he did say it when he was with the French national team, to be fair.
Yeah, we're going to have a conversation about that some other time.
He was like surrounded by them. Like,
they got Brian Gravenberg, who said that Salah deserved Ballon d'Or. Just saying.
Yeah,
even if we don't believe it deep down, just bullshit publicly, Konate, man. Come on.
Yeah. All right, Hussam, just to end the conversation on this, right? So if with Konate, if Real Madrid came in and offered 100 million for Konate, something stupid, where you're like
100 million, I'd sell.
All right, 70
100 million, come on, man.
Right, 70 million. They've gone 75 million. Virgil van Dijk price for Konate.
75 million, I would sell, yes.
With 1 year left on his contract. Yeah, he's selling.
Yeah, but you know, again, it's a gamble, isn't it? Because what's more important, getting that money in and gambling the season, right? Well, gambling that part of the defense, because
I would expect Liverpool to sign. Okay, let's say your scenario happens.
Sign? That's my point.
Okay. Let's say your scenario happens. Liverpool sell Konate for 50 million. Okay, nothing crazy. 50 million. I would expect Liverpool to then sign a Premier League proven centre back.
So Guehi.
Yeah. No, Guehi is already through the door. I'm saying if we sell Konate.
So who else? Who would you put a name? Say a name. Who do you look at?
Branthwaite.
Yeah. Someone like that, like Branthwaite from Everton.
Just go and smash a record for Branthwaite.
You say that, but we listen, money talks, bullshit walks.
Everton couldn't do that.
They're trying to get him on.
Okay, I'll give you another example.
We can use the good one as well, by the way.
Christian Romero. Let's go get Christian Romero. 60 million, Christian Romero. Done.
We would never buy Christian Romero.
No, but just think about it logically.
He's rasher than Konate.
He is, but logically, it's not a bad idea.
I don't think Liverpool would sell Konate even if they got a big price this summer.
Because
Liverpool.
Jamie, you think if Liverpool got 100 million, we would sell it?
I honestly think it's a weird thing saying that Liverpool. It's because Liverpool would have things. Liverpool like to have their ducks in a row. So if they feel like a big bid's coming for Konate, they'll be already looking at superstar centre backs coming into the squad. So if that 70 million or 80 million was coming in with like, we're coming into July now when we want all our transfers done and planning finished. I think they would turn that down because they don't want to mess around the defensive side of the team. This is why I always argue with everyone, that I like and love, that you should never rotate centre-backs. Yeah, because without two quality centre-backs and a quality goalkeeper, for me, you don't win anything. right? So
That's the point.
you can't go into a market where, Canate, like Real Madrid have come in on like, I don't know, the 20th of July and gone like, he's 80 million for Canate. We're just going to take him off your hands now. Liverpool will turn that down because they're not prepared to go out into that market and find someone else to ruin something for next season, because a year after that, it's going to be better for them. I think Liverpool right now, this summer, the only thing I think Liverpool are thinking about is winning the Premier League and going back to back. That's why they're building what they're doing. So any transfer comes in for them, I think they just reject flat. That's why they're happy to lose the money on Canate if he leaves for a free.
Yeah, I think so, because you've got to remember, right? Virgil and Salah there for 2 more years. So you're trying to maximize their peak and them staying at the club. You can only do that by you always have to gamble now. And this is why I was talking about the signings, right? Where you've just got to be like, all right, well, is what it is. And then and it goes on to my point I was talking about is next summer, if Konate goes on a free, you've got to spend big again in the defense. You have to. Even if we bring in a Guehi, we want that same competition. I don't want us getting a C, D level centre back to be back.
Listen, fuck the 40 million. I want to win the league next season.
Exactly.
Yeah, just keep Canate. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, keep Canate.
Because with everything
in the league,
let's
losing
look,
that money.
Okay, let's look objectively at who we know. Okay, let's speak matter of factly, right? Forget anything that we disagree on 50%. Matter of factly, who from this team is going to start again? Like, let's say first Prem game. So we got Alisson, we got Konate, Van Dijk, because the fullbacks are both
on that
new.
quickly before we move on. What do we think of the whole Mamardashvili thing? Do you think he's coming in to be number 2?
I think, right, here's my thing on Mamardashvili, yeah, right? If Alisson gets an injury again this season and Mamardashvili comes in to take his spot while he's out injured, it's going to be harder for Alisson to get his place back than it was when Kelleher was in.
Do you think, is Mamardashvili a slot signing, do you guys think? Do you think Slot's gone and said, I want him?
Apparently so.
I would decide that based on his ball playing ability, which I need to watch more of.
That's because what I was saying, because if Slot signed him, right, then that's more of an inclination to think he's looking to go and put him, and it might not be straight away, but it might be a Robertson thing where by the end of the season it might be Mamardashvili.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. It might be by
anyway.
Okay, so the spine. Let's look at the spine, because we did say, and we all agree, you can change too much at some point in time.
Yeah.
So you've got matter of factly, like the reason why I say matter of factly is obviously some of us think Bradley might start, something Frimpong might start, whatever it is. Let's not discuss the 50-50 things. Let's talk about like what we know for a fact. So you got Alisson, you got Konate, you got Van Dijk. Fullbacks, let's assume both new because it's not a matter of fact. Gravenberch, McAllister, we agree are gonna start.
Yeah.
Okay. Soboslai 50-50, we don't know yet.
50-50, yeah.
Mo we know is gonna start. So we got 6 spine players starting.
Yeah.
That's an excellent spine.
That is a fucking elite spine.
I think it's a great spine. I think if Diaz stays, Diaz starts as well.
Yes, I agree, but that's why I mentioned matter of factly. That's all.
Matter of fact, he might go. So I'm saying, but that's a very
matter of fact. As things stand, with all news we have 6 spine
and Wirtz. Jesus, that's a spine middle.
No, I'm saying like players who already won the league.
Already are here. Okay,
yeah. So then you've got Kerkez, who's an improvement on Robertson.
Gravenberch is suspended for the first game. Don't forget.
Oh
yeah, of course.
So
every supposed to time McAllister, right? But
so you got Kerkez, who's an upgrade on Robertson. You got Frimpong, we don't know yet. So I'll just put IDK there. I don't know.
You don't think he's an upgrade on Bradley?
No, he's not an upgrade on Trent. That's the point.
Oh, Trent.
Well, Bradley. Man said Bradley. Come on, man.
No, you said the players that are here. You said the players that are here. So
I'm saying the players who won
based
the league
on last season. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Wirtz we know is an upgrade in the 10. Now I wait and see on striker, and I wait and see on left winger. So it's a matter of wait and see. But this is something, and all of us here are of the age where we grew up watching that Chelsea side. There's something that Chelsea did consistently. Chelsea did this. Cech, Terry, Ashley Cole, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, and then build around it whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, keep your spine. That's what they did around it.
And I think if we do that, there's a reason why Chelsea was the most successful club in England in the period of 20 years, before the City thing happened, because of that spine. Like they kept the spine around and they just kept cooking. And I think that's very important.
Do you know what I actually think we're doing? And Like, hate me or not, I actually think we're doing what Fergie did. I think
We're
doing
saying,
what Fergie
sorry,
did.
say that again.
I think we're winning the league and we're buying some of the best talents around as just the extras to build us up, and we're also changing the back room. So there's new voices. Like, no one's talking about Van Bronckhorst. Like,
Yeah, be good.
that's a hell of a assistant.
I'll ask about
manager
that in a bit because someone mentioned it in the super chat. So I'll ask you your
Yeah,
opinion on it.
hell
I'm
of an
not
assistant.
educated on the topic at all. Big up to all of you guys. We have hit 500 likes, so thank you guys so much. And we've also hit 53.8k. So I appreciate you guys. Vel is back, so I don't have to make thumbnails anymore. Thank God. Big up to Marcus who says, "Do you guys think we're doing the business so early so we can charge it to last year's books? Get Isak later and then charge it to next year's books like Sociedad."
Maybe.
No, maybe, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think
But why
the
not,
fact-
Jamie? Why not?
Yeah,
I-
we
I-
are.
I-
Yeah, we are.
Even if we are, look, I don't care.
No, neither do I. But we
Does
are
anyone
doing
here actually know when does this books thing change anyway? Which
1st
date?
of August.
It's the 1st of August. I think. No, I think it's the
No,
I
1st
think
of
it's
July.
1st of
Sorry,
July,
1st
isn't
of
it?
July. Yeah,
1st of
1st
July.
of July.
Contracts
So in
always
9
run
days.
out the 1st of July, isn't it? Yeah.
Wait, just so I understand. So everything we do till the 1st of July counts from last year's books?
Last season. Even Mamadashvili. Even
Hey,
Mamadashvili.
Jamie, Marcus is cooking. I will be honest with you.
Yeah,
There is something
yeah.
there. There might be
Could be.
a thing.
It's
Could
true.
be. Could be.
Because you think about it, last summer, didn't we make like 70 million in profit?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's what I said. Like I said on my
did
show
say
that
Could be.
how much money Liverpool spent. If Liverpool spent 320 million this summer and sell 150 pounds worth of talent with the 70 million profit last summer, like Liverpool's net profit range is like 80 million, something mad. Like
Yeah,
that.
The usual.
Yeah, over 2 summers. So it's still.
And then the books from 1st July would include like the 80 million we made in the UCL and the money we made from winning the Prem.
We're not the only team who does this. I think all Premier League teams do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you keep everything tidy.
Hey, we're cooking, lad. Big up to Stefan who says, "Don't forget Adidas sponsorship money." Bro, let me tell you something about shirt sponsors, you guys. And I'm not doing the ITK thing, but I promise you I've spoken to people and I understand how these dynamics work. I promise you there is someone sitting in an Adidas office somewhere who just had the biggest wank of his life because Florian Wirtz is going to be in a Liverpool shirt in an Adidas kit. You guys do not understand how fucking insanely massive this shit is.
A German
you guys
in an Adidas kit.
understand
Yeah, I know.
shirt sponsor Adidas, Wirtz sponsored by Adidas, joins Liverpool Football Club. Deep, what I just said. Put one and one together. That's all I'm saying.
It's got to be a madness. Yeah, it's got to be a madness. It'd be funny to see who has the most shirt sales next season. Salah or Wirtz. Salah or Wirtz. Well, Man City might do their thing where they've said they sold more shirts than anyone in even Real Madrid. You know that?
Allegedly.
And then you don't find a City. Then you don't find a City fan anywhere you go.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dark he did in an Adidas sock.
Adidas sock, you know. That's dirt.
Big up. By the way, people think I'm joking about this stuff. You really don't think Adidas wants Wirtz to play for fucking Liverpool Football Club? You know how many shirts they're about to fucking sell? You know how many people around the world are going to walk into like an Adidas thing and go like, I want the Wirtz shirt? Are you guys mad?
I'm just glad it weren't me who said this and it was a Sam, so no one can blame me for it.
Fair. Actually, you're right. 1-0 Jamie. 1-0 Jamie. What's
You're
your
rubbing
thoughts
off on him. Pause.
Pause. Yeah. One. You brought this up, Kmack. This is the last super chat of the stream. What are your thoughts on this Van Bronckhorst thing?
I mean, Van Bronckhorst is the last manager for Feyenoord that won the league behind Arne Slot. So we're bringing a bit of legacy there as well. Wasn't Van Bronckhorst like unbelievable at set pieces as well? Like, or was that just me? Like, didn't he play for like Barcelona and Arsenal? And
yeah, he was left back, wasn't he?
Left back,
yeah. Maybe Van Bronckhorst can bring some of those set piece wonders into Liverpool as well, because we've been a bit lacking. But that's a hell of a replacement. It's a hell of a replacement for Johnny Heitinger.
I mean, you're getting a manager to be your number 2.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It's unbelievable.
Whereas, you know, like Pep Linders and Heitinga, they are, and even Arteta were aspiring managers that were playing their trade. You've got someone that's been a manager, right, to come in and be your number 2. So,
oh my God, you guys are actually right.
Yeah.
You guys are actually right. Van Bronckhorst won Eredivisie at 2017.
Yeah.
Rangers, he won the Eredivisie.
You're fact checking me.
He won the Scottish Cup at Rangers, and he got to the Europa League final with the Rangers, and he won the Turkish Super Cup with the Besiktas.
Yeah,
well.
he's rated as a very, very good coach. He's going to be number 2. We ain't messing around.
No, we're not.
Wirtz going to be the free kick taker, surely, right?
Oh God, have you seen some of Wirtz's free kicks?
Surely
Like,
it's going to be.
Wirtz doesn't know just like one type of free kick. He knows about 4.
Do you know what makes me laugh, though? Have you seen how many videos every day Sabozai's put up of being in the gym since the Wirtz news came out last week?
But to be fair, but Jamie,
that's what I want. That's what I want.
He's not having it though, is he? He's not having it.
If Szoboszlai ends up being better than Wirtz, but Liverpool do well, then that's the kick up the arse he needed, isn't it? He needed someone to come in.
And didn't he say no one say? And didn't he say? Only quoted this week was saying, "No one's going to take my spot that easy."
Yeah, he said that.
Yeah, I love it. Fight and talk.
That's what you want, though, ain't it?
I mean, to be fair, isn't that what Quansah said when Matip got injured and he was coming in?
Condolences,
not getting your place back.
Quansah's on the Quansah leaving,
just fight
by
and
the way.
talk. We like it.
Yeah, it's good. And with the Quansah leaving, but I don't think we made enough on it. How much money we actually got for Quansah is
it's ridiculous, mate.
Great bit of business.
I
actually think Quansah's a good footballer. I think he's good.
I think Liverpool. I think
he needs to move away though. He does.
I hope Liverpool have a first refusal or buyback clause, the same way Carvajal, Real Madrid had it with Carvajal when he went from Real Madrid to Bayer Leverkusen, because I think he needed, and Liverpool aren't the club for him right now because of where we are. If this was 10 years ago, he'd be playing every single game.
He'd be perfect,
He'd be perfect because he'd have the time and the ability to play every single game, and Liverpool are building.
If we'd have signed Quansah,
you want to know something about Quansah just quickly before we end this thing? You want to know something about Quansah? I'm sure you guys already noticed. He doesn't really do anything wrong, but he's always at the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I know.
Do you understand?
Do you know why that is, though? But that's because as a young centre back, he's trying hard. You see what happens with Virgil, right? If Virgil gets beaten, Virgil just goes, In the rare occasions that it happens, Virgil don't try and slide and block the shot or anything. The guy's gone past him and he just, Alisson, save me now. And if Alisson doesn't save him, we're like, Virgil, why didn't you engage? Why didn't you do this, right? The rest of them, right? And they're all younger centre-backs, they're not as composed. They're all trying to make, and I think Quansah's guilty of it. Last-ditch tackle, I'm trying to get there, and it deflects off him and goes in. And then you're looking at it like, it's Quansah's fault. Or he missed it, he does a pass, and instead of just getting back into position, he's sprinting back to win the ball, but he leaves his man. And little things like that. I think now that he's got the time to go and do that at Bayer Leverkusen consistently, I think he's going to be a top player. Because we saw it. When he was confident.
Under 10 hard.
Maybe the actually, that's a valid point. Maybe Ten Hag will fuck up his but we will see. We will see. You never know. There's too many changes.
De Ligt was amazing under Ten Hag, wasn't he?
He was. So
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Time will tell. Time will tell. Anyway, guys, listen, we're gonna wrap up the stream here. Thank you guys so much for getting us to 53.8k. I appreciate you all. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jamie Phillips's channel, Jerry James's channel, and subscribe to the Kmack channel as well. Go subscribe to Mike Das LFC too. Because why not? Like this video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Do check out the Kerkez pre-recorded video I put up as well. There's so much content coming our way. There's also 3 shorts that are going to be uploaded tonight. Kerkez, Wirtz, and Zubimendi. So there's a lot more content coming your way. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And this stream is going to take you over to Born and Red TV because Asim and Avi are live, so go tell them Hussam Raid over there in the chat. And see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Daily transfer news tomorrow, inshallah. 4 p.m. Yeah, 4 p.m. Peace out.